The coronavirus pandemic, although very much under control in much of the world. I have friends touring Belgium, France, a lot of different countries. Things are, everybody's wearing masks on public transit, but it's a very normal life. It is not under control here in the United States. In fact, it's spiraling completely out of control. Dr. Anthony Fauci said about a month ago we could be heading towards 100,000 new cases per day. Sounded, according to some, hyperbolic at the time. Doesn't seem like it. And what were originally only spiking cases are now starting to be spikes in hospitalizations and spikes in deaths. And in fact, yesterday, July 21st, we had the most deaths in a day dating all the way back to the 2nd of June. Okay. 50 days, the highest death toll in 50 days yesterday. Tragically, hospitalizations have resurged to essentially the highest point we've had. We're close to the hospitalization peak of mid-April. Of course, we have this lag time where first you see cases, then you see hospitalizations, then you see deaths. And that is exactly what we are seeing. There were some people saying the death surge isn't going to come. Most deaths in 50 days, 51 days yesterday. So we're in a race against time here. We're in a race against time when it comes to a treatment and a vaccine. We're in a race against time when it comes to removing Donald Trump and putting someone there who will just say doctors need to deal with this, not politicians. But because we've failed to deal with this, we have much less time than other countries do. Hospitals are filling back up. Deaths are creeping up. ICUs in Florida, Texas, other hotspots are anecdotally reporting being at capacity or close to capacity. Our ability to maintain a lower mortality rate depends on keeping ICUs open with space available, hospitals with space available. Many states have that, and that's great. Many states tragically do not. And the top hotspots continue to be California, Texas, Florida, Arizona. Georgia's now a bigger and bigger piece of the problem. Tennessee, the growth rate in Idaho is very, very high, even though the case numbers themselves are not yet that high. The Carolinas, Oklahoma and Louisiana, Missouri, Mississippi, Alabama. I mean, it's bad in a lot of the country. And when we look at this, not state by state, but by county, looking at the map that we have up on the screen for our video audience, we see that there are these large swaths where things are under control at the county level. And those are mostly in the Northeast and then in the mountain time zone area. But then a ton of orange and red colored counties on the map where cases are not under control and are getting worse. There's a term, I don't know that this is really a term. I'm not saying I created this, but I've been using it. I haven't heard other people use it. It's sort of virus escape velocity. Escape velocity, the idea of the force required to escape the gravitational pull of the Earth for a craft that is trying to exit Earth's gravitational pull. We are very close to getting to virus escape velocity. And escape velocity, when applied to the virus, would be the point at which the cases are growing so quickly that even if you immediately shut everything down, like a full lock, people don't, I'm talking like an authoritarian lockdown, even there, you would continue to see a dramatic spike because there's just so much virus out there and incubating. If we aren't already there in some of these states that are hotspots, we are very close. And the situation by August 15th could be unconscionable is the word I would apply to it. Now, this is optional. I really want people to remember that. Italy was hit early as a hotspot, but is completely under control right now. And life is returning very much to normal there. Switzerland was hit later for people who say, well, if you were hit earlier, you're under control, but the US was hit later. Switzerland was hit later than Italy. They are also completely under control. So at this point, this has been going on long enough, 5 months, 5+ months. The first cases we know were actually in late December in the US, but in a serious way, we're talking about 5 months. This is no longer about getting hit earlier or getting hit later. It's now policy. It takes about 10 weeks to flatten and attack the curve if you do it right. We're 5 months in. Every country now has had the chance. Many have done it. We are every day building the pandemic. People are desperate to get back to normal. So am I. Well, everybody's got to put a mask on. You've got to stop the indoor events. You've actually got to do the work required to do it. And I'm horrified by where we might be in 20 days. I hope I'm wrong. So far, unfortunately, if anything, I've been too optimistic. In other words, I was thinking, by June 1, June 15, we're going to have very few cases. That's the way the models are looking. Well, it was a disaster. People didn't do what we were supposed to do. We didn't have that lull, and we may be heading full speed ahead into an even bigger, it's not even a second wave, just an even bigger continuation directly into the fall and flu season. So we'll be polling our audience on our Instagram page, which is David Pakman Show, about what you're doing and what you expect in the fall. So make sure you're following us there, and we will be back with much more right after this. If you love feeding your intellectual curiosity, but you're always struggling to find the time, check out one of my all-time favorite apps called Blinkist. Blinkist lets you consume an entire book on your way home from work. They take thousands of popular nonfiction books, condense each one into text or audio that you can get through in just 15 minutes, and you get all of the important core ideas and information from that book. It's perfect if you don't have enough time to do all the reading you want to do, or if you just want to sample a book before you buy the entire thing. I recently read A Brief History of Time, of course, by the great Stephen Hawking. This is a book that I have been aware of for so long, and other things got in the way, and it was fantastic to check it out on Blinkist. Blinkist has books on politics, philosophy, science. They have 27 different nonfiction categories, and a subscription is only about $8 a month, and you get the entire library. But you can try it totally free and get 25% off a subscription when you go to Blinkist.com/Pakman. I've put the link right underneath this video.